Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? This is your girl Leonore, Li Noori, coming back to you with the Chronicles of Li Noori. In general, thank you for being here, and I wish you peace, love, and more. Today, we're going to talk about why people are unhappy. And I don't think it's something that we like to admit because we're human, yes, but we're not going to get wrapped in the fact that we are human because we essentially are just more than human. We let go of these bodies, but our spirits always live on. So at the end of the day, let's cut us some slack because we're here to kick back and, pull up a snack and learn some things because we're always going to be winning. If anything, she does not do that on purpose. Now let's get into some things. Today, why are we unhappy? Why are we unhappy? I think it's oftentimes we forget and we dismiss the fact that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We have a lot of jealousy, insecurity, we have guilt, we have procrastination, we have toxicity, we have the past. In general, we have pain, we have present pain, we have stress, we have chronic stress. There is, whether it comes from a personal matter, a job matter, a family matter, a friend matter, a lot of different things that really does not speak to the life in you. It speaks to the death in you. And today we're going to just put it down deep in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Um, at all times, we have to remember that we are born with a full capacity to be fulfilled and in touch with our prenatal and our primordial powers, our powers that we were born in this life with, our light that we have deep inside with. We like to forget our heart that exists, but no matter what you do, you can't forget it. It's always going to be beating. It is right here a physical manifestation. Your body won't move unless it continues to beat. So in a metaphysical manifestation, how's your heart feeling? How's your heart thinking? Because there are actually studies shown that we actually think with our hearts rather than our heads. Our heads make the moves, but our heart is where the foundationally the thought, the idea, the desire, and what else have you comes from. So in general, at times, I feel like because of love, entertainment, depictions of society, sex, food, addictions, to settling, unsatiable habits and appetites, which basically means something that can never be fulfilled. I hope I said that right. Let's get it right tonight. And just in case we didn't.
Insatiable.
Okay, we lit. Insatiable appetites where it can never be fulfilled. And we're always filling that endless hole and black hole of a void. Yes, there are some rabbit holes in life, but there are some rabbit holes that just need to be covered up because it's actually not a rabbit hole. It's actually a well of endless and endless depletion. So, with that being said, we're often distracted from vibrating higher into our best selves, which, like I said, could come in the form of food, money, love, entertainment, music, sex, desires that we may have that, like I said, does not speak to our best self. No matter how many times that we eat that chicken burger or that last piece of oxtail or that turkey leg on every Thanksgiving, we still cannot fill that void of wanting another one and maybe another one. Because guess what? We're human too. We are what they call animals as well. We can't always think we're better than the next animal in this life just because we create machines, because at the end of the day we have animal like instincts as well. And if we become patient and graceful towards our own selves, I imagine how much patience and mercy we will have for others. But that is a whole other video. In general, we're distracted from vibrating higher into our best selves, and we usually treasure aspects of the ego that, like I said, is influenced by our human instincts, our animal-like instincts, and we usually regard that more than the temples of our own spirit. You know, we regard that more. We regard where we put our money and who we're spending our money on and how we're even getting it, more than where we're spending our energy. You know, because like I said, or like I haven't said, it is easy to be surface based in this world. Surface based meaning living on the surface within our ego, when our ego is not as deep as our real selves, you know? So in general, we often spend time focusing on our money, then being conscious of where we spend our energy. And with that, I feel like we need to take a look at the life of a squirrel. Yes, I said a squirrel. Why so? Did you know I had the blessing of being around many squirrels in my short years? And I like to say that squirrels represent a sociable nature. Squirrels represent carefulness and precise, detailed goals, actions, and movements. They move fast doing different tasks. They're multitasking. You don't even know what they're doing. And they're always preparing and they're working hard. And they represent ground work kind of energy. Get it in the mud. You know what I'm saying? And however, they're always alert while they're busy, and they camouflage against predators and seemingly always are lost in the sauce. But as humans, we have to remember that it's not always about what we got to do next, where we got to be, how we got to be. Because if you believe these things are going to come to you in the first place, we always have time to reflect, always have time to calm that emotion, invite tranquility and peace within our ways of thinking. And it's either we're thinking about protecting ourselves, camouflaging from the enemy or predator or whatever it have be, or making sure that we're stacking up, making sure that we can eat today and the next day and the next day. But in that case, this is where we could easily get wrapped up with material like things as well. We're subjected to a superficial surface of what we see, hear, feel, taste, and smell. We may like those smell of fresh French fries, or the taste of the juiciness in a lot of amazing tacos. for instance, or a burrito, or a bowl. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of all three. But our senses, we fall short to them. What we see, touch, hear, taste, and smell. And we spend our time, money, and energy on what can deplete us conclusively, you know, in a result. And an example is what we may see on TV, TV shows and movies. We pay different brands, we go get different belts, we get different shoes and candles and whatever have you, to represent essentially a life that we cannot afford. However, because we're so wrapped up in enjoyment, that feeling that, like I said, insatiable, that insatiable characteristic that we may have adopted, we now go broke. We're now digging ourselves deeper into a black hole because now we're in debt. Now we have to stress. Now we're doing it to ourselves, you know, all because we're influenced. A big example, Christmas. People spend a lot of money and get into debt, while the next 365 days they have to pay off that debt just to get right back into it right around Christmas time. So in general, but we blame it on the love, the family, the, you know, all the things that we can't see, that we don't have to buy and spend money for. We can easily give it freely and receive it freely, but now we have to tie it to a material thing because society says so. So in a way, it is definitely, it's definitely a rabbit hole that I refuse to be a part of. However, we all have our drives, instincts, whatever the case may be, and we all work through them through different ways, right? So, which brings me to my other point. Essence is polluted by unnatural foods and drugs. Energy is polluted by chronic stress, emotional turmoil. Spirit is polluted by desire and multitude of distractions. All are blocks to spiritually progress and vibrate higher. Foods, drugs, it can change the physical chemicals within your body that can influence your body and your soul, your postnatal spirit, so to speak. Energy, your energy can be polluted by chronic stress, money, family, friends, lovers, anxiety, depression, child trauma in general. It can create emotional turmoil in you where now you feel less vital than you really should feel. And then in general, your spirit could be polluted by desire and multitude of distractions. So in general, the things that you may be addicted to, whether it be a feeling or whether it be a process or action. People love spliffs, and I am not one to say I haven't had many in my life. You know what I'm saying? And then in general, just keeping it honest, that's a desire. A lot of people talk about sex desires. Like I said, desire can pollute the spirit, and in general, interwrapping your soul with someone else's, many times, depending on who, what, and what soul, it can deplete you, definitely. So me not do one night stands, you know, because at the end of the day, you can look at it in a physical aspect. I am a biology major, so I like to say, I think of energy even on a physical, scientific kind of level. Example, I put my hand on you, right? And I leave you for the day and I go back home. You still go home with my DNA on my fingerprints on you. And that is an example of how energy in spirituality work. At the end of the day, we still have an essence of whomever, whatever, and all these things. Whenever we still go back to being inside our own cocoon, our own selves. So be conscious of what you're inviting in your cocoon. A lot of people say it does not matter how many people you slept with, that, or friends with, or have a soul tie with, whether it's a friendship, family ship, love ship, or whatever have you. It is who, what, and how often are they conscious of what they bring back in their cocoon, you know, energy wise. Well, there's a lot of cultures and, you know, old cats that be saying, like, you know, be careful of who and what you put your energy into, because you can easily take that right back home with you. You can wake up feeling how they were feeling. You can wake up being what you were a part of. Like I said, it can be from an energetic point of view to a physical point of view. Where do you put your time in general? So, including entertainment, that can deplete your soul as well. A desire for low vibrational music can definitely deplete your soul as well. So that's why I personally like to say balance is key. Essence is poison and polluted, contaminated and corrupted. Energy is yin to our yang. And when there's imbalance, it results and concludes in spirit depletion, weakening, and dimming, and which essentially results in dissipation of health and expedited death. So it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing how we may live our lives. Yes, we all die one day. I heard people say that, you know, we all die one day, so I'm going to keep eating these Twizzlers and blah, blah, blah. However, some equations get straight to the point more than others, so to speak. And it's not about a race. It's not about who wins what, who lives longer, and all that good stuff. It's about the time that you have to vibrate higher, the time that you're given. I'm told we're given a few breaths each day. So be careful of where you put that breath. Be careful of where you put that thought. Be careful where you put those fluids, because at the end of the day, you are still influencing and possibly contaminating your thoughts, your breath, your fluids, your spirit, your energy, your essence, your temple. Can I get a hello? All right. Hello. Anyways, the meaning of the squirrels, getting back to my favorite characters of the day, the squirrels in dreams. I was looking up the meaning of such, and it seems that even on Google, it represents to work hard, you know, to sacrifice yourself, and to rest assured that you will reap rewards. And even how squirrels eat, they eat like it's a delicacy, and they're so, you know, appreciative and grateful of such pleasure and joy, yet they have a balance of work and play. So you can enjoy what you enjoy, but just make sure in life balance is a thing within your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to overindulge in anything. And then also, while we're running around gathering all these things like squirrels, we're also remembering to play with one another, have communion with one another. As you see squirrels jump from trees to tree, you know that they're leaping with faith, right? You know that they're leaping with really not so much of a barrier underneath to catch them. So it's also important in this life to work hard, play hard, and leap with faith, because at the end of the day, um, uh, you will be repaid. They're usually precise and detailed and thoughtful in their preparation and in their diet during the summer and spring, so that they can be restful during the winter. Like I said, having no knowledge of a safety net below you, yet remaining practical and yet playful and faithful in your process, is a cycle in life that we can all learn from. It is about staying resilient, alchemic, positive, and being conscious within your own cycles of your thoughts and lifestyle. And so I would like to say, I feel like we all can use wisdom and knowledge and analytical thinking and being thankful of one of God's given gifts to us. One of the animals, a squirrel. The squirrel, we bounce from air elements and earth elements in life, and we may tend to what is in front of us because it needs tending to. However, with a breath of fresh air and some faith, we'll be all right during the winter. So I feel like if you can get down with this crown and you're feeling this sound, like, share, subscribe to join my tribe, and share because I know you care. And next video, I will see you there. I love you. I support you. You and your best self. And I feel like we gonna get through this, because guess what? We not new to this. Alright? So, deuces, lovelies, and I see you next time you come through. Alright, deuces.